Machine learning. In this series of lectures, we are going to start from the very basics of machine learning, and as we go forward, we'll cover till the most advanced concepts that are there in the field of machine learning. The style of teaching that we follow in this complete lecture series will be such that even if you are a complete beginner to the field of machine learning, still you should be able to understand everything that we discuss here. And finally, when you come out of this lecture series, you should come out as a person who is having good idea in the field of machine learning. You should have conceptual idea of it. You should understand how it is working inside. And in short, you should be confident in the field of machine learning, right? This is the whole idea. Let's start with this. The first thing you'll have in your mind is, what is machine learning? So we'll start from this question. What is machine learning? Generally, let us say you want to make your computer do something. What will you do if you have a computer and you want this computer to do some particular job for you? You'll first write a program, and in this program, you'll provide some rules to the computer. And then the computer is supposed to work according to the rules you have provided. For example, you will say if this is the condition, then the computer should do these particular tasks, or else if there is some other condition, then you should do these particular tasks. Or you may say till this particular condition stays met, you should keep doing one particular task again and again, and so on. So all these rules are what you will provide to the computer, and according to the rules, computer will provide you the final output. This is how you generally do in case of traditional programming. So this is what you call as traditional programming. Now the question is, what happens in machine learning? What is the difference that machine learning is going to bring in this particular structure? The difference is, this time, if you want your computer to do some task, you are not going to provide these rules at all. So this is the major difference when it comes to machine learning. Coming to machine learning, instead of providing all these rules, you are going to provide the computer data. You'll simply provide data to the computer, and you will tell the computer that this time I am not going to provide you with any rules. Instead, you look into this data I have provided and you understand all the rules on your own and then complete the task for me. This is what you call as machine learning. That is, this is a way of making computers work for you without explicitly programming. This is where machine learning comes in. Okay. So in one way, you can say that you are making the computer think like a human being. Why is that? It is because, let us say you were born in some place, and till this day you have learned a lot of things. That is, from the environment around you, you would have heard and learned a lot of things, and accordingly you will be behaving at the present. So whatever you know at the present, the way you behave to different people or the way you do different tasks, all these things you learned on your own by looking at how all the things are happening around you in the environment. The same way, you want the computer to learn on its own without being explicitly programmed. This is the whole point. What we'll do is, we'll take an example. We'll take an example scenario and then understand how this actually works, or what exactly is the idea that I want to convey to you. Okay. We'll take an example of selecting a shirt. Let us say you want to go and buy a shirt. Okay. In order to go and buy a shirt, what will you actually do, and what will happen if you make a computer do this task for you? This is what we are going to think about. First of all, let us say you have some sort of inclinations to certain types of designs, or maybe certain kinds of shirts. Maybe you want a cotton shirt and you like checkered shirts. Maybe this is your priority. And then let us say you want a full sleeve shirt as well. This is your basic idea, basic filtering that you want to do. After that, once you go into the shop, you will see all the different shirts that are present there. And from that, you want to select the one which suits you the best. This is the whole idea. In case you want to write a computer program, what will you have to do? You will have to write specific rules, like if it is a check shirt, and if it is having full sleeves, and if it is having, let us say you have many other priorities, maybe you want cotton shirt, or maybe you want dark colored shirt, all these conditions you will put in. And then you may have to tell the computer, if all these matches, then you pick this particular shirt. But still, there is a problem. You can't write a deterministic program like this in order to do a task like selecting a shirt from here, because there may be many shirts which are matching all these criteria. And among those shirts which match all these criteria, still there may be many shirts which suit you. There may be many which do not suit you. So all these things would happen. So generally, as a human being, when you go to a shop, what do? One thing is, you have these priorities first up, plus there may be certain things that you already know from your past experiences. That is, from your past experiences, you would already know that these sort of shirts, when you wore this in the past, these suited you very well. That is, those particular designs looked good on you. Same way, some other set of designs, when you tried wearing those didn't actually suit you well. So maybe when you wore these set of shirts, you were complimented, you yourself felt more confident, and you understood that these ones are the ones that suits you, and these ones do not suit you that much. Okay, now both these sets may have a lot of designs, and this is there at the back of your mind when you're going to select a shirt. Along with this, you may have some personal considerations, or maybe you're going to select shirt for one particular occasion, you have those considerations as well. Then you will enter one particular shop, and in this shop you will see all the shirts that are there. While you are scrutinizing each of those shirts, you will have all these past experiences in your consideration. So this is the key factor here. Instead of explicitly putting some rules, you should use all your past experiences, and from that you should be able to select one particular shirt which suits you the best among all these. This is the whole idea. If you want your computer to do this task, then it is impossible by explicitly providing certain rules. That is not possible. This is where the idea of machine learning comes in. So in machine learning, what you do is you provide all this data to the computer, all your past experiences, those designs that suited you, those designs that did not suit you, all these past experiences will be provided to the computer. Now, it is capable of making the decision for you in the shop. That is, when it sees all the designs, whichever is the design that suits you the best, that design, the computer is capable of making it for you on your behalf by considering all your past experiences. So this is the difference between a traditional programming and machine learning. So this is how you can say machine learning is more like a computer thinking like a human being. This is the whole idea. Okay. So by this point, you would have understood that machine learning gives computer the capability to do those tasks which cannot be done using traditional programming. That is one example that I provided here. You can't do traditional programming and have a machine to pick the best shirt from all these which suits you the most. So if you want to do this sort of a task which cannot be achieved using traditional programming, that is where machine learning comes into picture. So at this point, especially because this is the point where you are starting to learn about machine learning, I want to give you the most important lesson in machine learning. This is not written in any particular standard book or something, but for me, I believe this is the most important thing you should understand if you are a machine learning student. That is, never ever use machine learning if you have an option of using traditional programming. Why is this so? This is because if, let us say, you are having the option of using traditional programming, you are 100% sure that for that particular problem, you have the exactly perfect solution. Why is that? Because see, whenever you are solving any problem, what should be your first priority? Let us say your time complexity, space complexity, or the easiness of coding, all these should come as second, third, fourth, fifth, these priorities. The first priority should always be in getting the answer correct. Whatever task you want the computer to do, it should be able to provide you the best or the perfect answer for each of the tasks. So if you give an input, you should get the right output every single time. This is your first priority. If that is your priority, then traditional programming should always be your first choice. That is because whenever you use traditional programming, if it is possible to write certain rules for any particular action, then you are sure that if you give any input to it and then you pass it through these rules, whatever comes as the output is the perfect solution. That is the correct answer. But coming to machine learning, it is not that deterministic. This time, you may get a correct answer, you may get something that is close to a correct answer, but it won't be or need not be perfectly correct answer. That is the difference. So, when should you use machine learning? You should use machine learning in those scenarios where you can't write a traditional program which will provide you the accurate answer. Instead, you want to get a somewhat good answer, or you are happy if your machine can solve a larger problem for you which cannot be solved using traditional programming. This is when you should use machine learning, right? I'll give you a very simple example in order to make you understand why you should always prefer traditional programming if that is possible. Okay, so let us take a very simple example. Let us say you want to make a calculator. You want to make a calculator. This is the task. If you are using traditional programming, what will you do? In case of traditional programming, if you want to build a calculator, what will you do? You will consider the inputs. Let us say A and B are the inputs. You will first see for the sign that you want to use. Sign in the sense, whatever is the mathematical operation you want to do. Let us say you want to do a plus. In this case, you will specifically write a rule saying if you see this particular symbol, the plus symbol, then you should do A plus B as the operation. Instead, if you see minus as the symbol, you should do A minus B as the operation. Or if you see multiplication as the symbol, you should do A multiplied by B as the operation. In this case, you know for 100% that this is always right. That is, A plus B is always A plus B. It can't be anything else. A into B is always A into B. It can't be anything else. But what happens if you use machine learning in order to solve the same problem? What happens is, this time you have input A and B. You are not going to give these explicit rules saying what is to be done under what scenario. Instead, first point is you have to provide a lot of data to the model. Previously, you did not have to provide any data because you know the rules here. So you directly provided the rule to your computer. Instead, in case of machine learning, you will need a lot of data so that your model can learn. So you should provide a lot of examples. That is, you should provide rules like 1 plus 2 equal to 3, 100 plus 1 is equal to 101. Like this, a lot of mathematical scenarios you should provide as input data to the model. The model will learn it from all these and itself it will make the rule. But the problem here is you will never get to know what exactly is the rule that the model has prepared. That will be a black box for you. So this time you have your model here. You can provide it the input and then the model will process it and finally provide you the output. But this part, what exactly is the algorithm it is going to use inside? How exactly is it going to reach the answer? This part is unknown for you. So this is where machine learning differs from traditional programming. In case of traditional programming, you have complete control over whatever you are doing. But in case of machine learning, you do not have that control. But this time you can try to do those tasks which even traditional programming cannot do. So that is where machine learning come in. You have some tasks which you know you cannot program. You can't write a specific program, a deterministic program in order to get the output. That is impossible. So then the best possible option is you say machine learning program which will itself learn from all the data. It will use all those mathematics and do all those things and finally provide you the output. So this is where machine learning differs from traditional programming. As we go forward in this lecture series, you will understand exactly how machine learning works, how it should be used, and so on. Okay. So what we'll do is in the next lecture, we'll discuss about the types of machine learning and how you should actually learn machine learning. These things we'll discuss in the next lecture. And as we go forward, we'll dive in depth and learn about all the concepts that are related to machine learning. Each thing, each part we'll learn conceptually. We'll understand how it should work, how it is working. And when you come out of the lecture series finally, you will be a person who is having very clear idea about machine learning.